Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and we're bringing you another analysis, I guess, video or a guide or something like that, whatever you want to call it. So basically today's topic is going to be ranking all of the horses that are exclusively locked behind a gold paywall. So all of the gold horses. So I basically am doing this because A, I've gotten quite a few requests to rate some of the other horses in the game because people seem to like my horse video. And B, I was just curious because as you can see here, I'm riding a black horse. It happens to be the Black Turkoman. And I was wondering to myself, did I buy the best one? Because when I bought this, I spent 40 gold bars on it. So the whole point of this video is to try to find out which horses that cost gold are the best ones and, what specific order they are. So we're going to go through it pretty quick to prevent this video from being a 20-minute video because there are 19 of them. So let's just get to it and start rating them. So starting us off at number 19, making it the worst of these horses, we have the Splashed White American Paint. Now mind you, it should also be noted that this isn't the worst horse in the game. It's just the worst one that costs gold. Most of these horses are actually going to perform pretty dang well because they generally speaking have the best stats for their breed. So with that in mind, let's just go through the stats. This one has a health stat of 30, stamina of 50, speed of 30, acceleration of 30, and a handling of 40, giving it an overall score of 36. It's like I said, it's not a terrible horse. I think it looks kind of neat in some ways. So it's got certain things going for it, but just out of these horses, it's pretty bad. So that's number 19. So next up at 18, we actually have one that surprised me. I didn't know that there was a Tennessee Walker that cost gold, but there totally is, and it's the Flaxen Roan Tennessee Walker. So this one's stats are 40 for health, 50 for stamina, 30 for speed, 30 for acceleration, and 40 for handling, giving it an overall score of 38, making this one just slightly higher than the last one. Honestly, another one where I guess it looks pretty cool, and if you like the Tennessee Walker, because they do make a pretty good riding horse, just not much of anything else, then this one's not a terrible choice, but that's number 18. So at number 17, we have the Dapple Dark Gray Hungarian Halfbred, and for stats on this one, we have 50 for the health, 40 for stamina, 30 for speed, 30 for acceleration, and 40 for handling. So this one is, honestly, it's a decent horse and it looks pretty cool. I do like the Halfbred, how they look, just their general size and the way that they carry themselves. But again, we're not really breaking the ceiling with any of these scores. They're pretty middle of the road as far as better horses in the game go. So that is number 17. So at number 16, we have the Silvertail Buckskin Standardbred, and this one's actually technically a racehorse. So I've used it quite a bit because I actually like the Standardbreds. This one's stats are 40 for health, 40 for stamina, 50 for speed, 40 for acceleration, and 40 for handling, making this one a pretty good middle-of-the-road horse. I definitely find a lot of people like the Standardbred, and for good reason. They're a decent horse. And it costs 16 gold bar. So that is number 16. So at number 15, we've got this little guy, the Tiger Striped Bay Mustang. And for stats on this one, we have 50 for health, 50 for stamina, 40 for speed, 30 for acceleration, and 40 for handling, giving it an overall score of 42. So again, this one is going to be decently middle of the road. The Mustangs perform pretty dang well, especially when you reach max bonding with them, and this one only costs 14 gold bars. So that is number 15. So at number 14, we have the Palomino Dapple Standardbred, and now this one pulls ahead of its Silvertail companion by only costing 6 bars and also looking a little nicer, but this one has stats of 30 for health, 30 for stamina, 50 for speed, 40 for acceleration, and 60 for handling. So this one actually handles very, very well for all of these general racehorses, which is what helped put it ahead because the handling is actually a lot more important than people think. So that is number 14. So at number 13, we've got this big, thick, chonky boy. I actually own one of these, and it's the Strawberry Roan Ardennes. And for stats, this one has 70 for health, which helps put it nice and high, 50 for stamina, another great stat, 30 for speed, 30 for acceleration, and 40 for handling, giving it an overall score of 44. So this one is not a speed demon, but it's real good in a fight. It's good against predators. It's good against a lot of stuff because it's just got a lot of stamina and a lot of health. So a lot of people like the Strawberry Roan, and it costs 18 gold bars. Next up at number 12, we have the Rose Gray Andalusian, and the Andalusian is the horse breed that is the smallest out of all the war horses. This one has health of 70, stamina of 50, speed of 30, acceleration of 30, and handling of 40, giving it an overall score of 44. Honestly, a decent enough horse, looks real nice. Like I said, they're a little bit smaller, so I think a lot of people like the Andalusian for war horses, and this one only costs 18 gold bars. So again, a pretty good choice if you like the war horses. So bringing us in at number 11, we have the Leopard Appaloosa, this really weird looking horse. I get a kick out of how they did the spots on it because it looks ridiculous. Normally it costs 18 gold bars. This week it's actually on sale for 12 gold bars. As far as stats go for this one, it's got health of 50, stamina of 60, speed of 40, acceleration of 30, and handling of 40, giving it an overall score of 44. This one, I know a lot of people like how the Appaloosa looks. It's definitely got thinner lines, so a lot of people like that. But yeah, I'm not a personal fan of the appearance, but it does take this spot. So that is number 11. Then at number 12, we have the other gold Appaloosa, and it's the brown leopard Appaloosa. This one has stats of health of 50, stamina of 60, speed of 40, acceleration of 30, and handling of 40, giving it an overall score of 44. This one is also normally 18 gold bars, but on sale this week for 12. This one really just pulls ahead of the leopard Appaloosa because of the look, because other than that, stat-wise, they're literally identical. It's just that this one looks a little less weird than the normal leopard Appaloosa. So that is number 10. So bringing us down in the single digits with number 9, we have the chocolate Roan Dutch Warmblood. And for this one, we've got stats of health for 50, stamina of 60, speed of 40, acceleration of 30, and handling of 40, giving it a total score of 44. Again, like the other ones, this one's on sale for it's normally 18 gold bars, now it's on sale for 12. I like the way this one looks, otherwise its stats are super similar to the Appaloosa, it's just a little bit taller, I like the lines, and I like how dark its face is, it just looks cool. So that's why this one pulled ahead of the Appaloosas, otherwise their stats are pretty much the same. So that is number 9. So at number 8, we have the gray Overo American Paint, and this one has stats of 50 for health, 50 for stamina, 40 for speed, 40 for acceleration, and 40 for handling, giving it an overall score of 44. This one's normally 17 gold bars. As you can see, it's currently on sale for 11. Another one, basically, it's going to perform a lot like the other workhorses that we're going to be using here. It's a decent horse, and I think this one looks pretty nice. So, not too bad. The gray Overo American Paint comes in at number 8. At number 7, we have the reverse Dapple Roan Nokota. And for stats on this one, they're actually getting pretty decent. We've got 30 for health, 30 for stamina, 70 for speed, 50 for acceleration, and 60 for handling, making this one of the best racehorses in the game. It just performs very, very well. This one costs 18 gold bars, and as I think you'll agree, it looks pretty dang nice. And obviously those stats make it great for racing. Not so much for gunfights though. But that is number 7. Next up at number 6, we have the Brindle Thoroughbred. And this one is definitely a polarizing horse because I think it kind of looks like a zebra. But other than that, I do love the Thoroughbreds, so it's a great horse for that reason. This one costs 18 gold bars, and the stats are 30 for health, 30 for stamina, 70 for speed, 50 for acceleration, and 60 for handling. So this one trades off with the Nokota. It just has a little bit higher handling, but a little bit lower acceleration, but the same top speed. Honestly, I think the Thoroughbred wins a lot of races because that stamina, I think, is a little bit more important than the acceleration, especially when the top speed is the same. So that is the Brindle Thoroughbred, and it takes the number 6 spot. Bringing us right down to number 5, we've got the Silver Turkoman, and this is where the horses start getting expensive because, as you can see, this one costs 38 gold bars. This one has a health of 70, a stamina of 50, speed of 60, acceleration of 50, and handling of 40, giving it an overall score of 54. This one is honestly a decent horse, and as a person who personally loves the Turkomans and thinks that they're the best looking horses in the game, it's a great choice for anyone. So that's number 5. Let's move on to number 4. Next up at number 4, we've got the Black Turkoman, which you can see was the horse I was riding at the beginning of this video. It's definitely one of my favorites in the game. I think it looks awesome, and like I said, it's a Turkoman, so it's going to be my favorite from the start. So this one costs 40 gold bars, and for stats, this one has 70 for health, 50 for stamina, 60 for speed, 50 for acceleration, and 40 for handling, giving it an overall score of 54, and in my opinion being the personal best looking horse in the game. So that's number 4. Let's move on to number 3. So at number 3, we have the Black Tovero Missouri Fox Trotter, and now this one, it obviously is not a look that I like. I think it looks kind of like a Holstein cow, but it's definitely a good performing horse. It costs 45 gold bars, and for stats, we have 50 for health, 60 for stamina, 70 for speed, 50 for acceleration, 40 for handling, giving it an overall score of 54. Definitely a good performing horse, even though it looks like a Holstein. So that's number 3. So at number 2, we have the Mustang, once again showing that the American Classic is quite often going to be the best horse you can choose in the game. This one is the Black Overo Mustang. It costs 20 gold bars, and it has stats of 70 for health, 70 for stamina, 60 for speed, 40 for acceleration, and 40 for handling, giving it an overall score of 56. Honestly, a seriously overlooked horse in this game. People definitely pass over it a lot, but its stats are great. I mean, to be fair, the Mustang stats in general are great for all these higher level ones, but as far as gold horses go, this one is just super good, and it only costs 20 gold bars. There's a lot to like about this horse, but it takes the number 2 spot. Then at the number 1 spot, we have the only Arabian horse worth getting, and it's the Black Arabian. This one costs 42 gold bars, and its stats are pretty much unbeatable in the game. It has health of 60, stamina of 60, speed of 60, acceleration of 60, and handling of 80. So it's like top end for the scale of most horses. Most horses don't have stats that go over 60. This one has 60 for all of them, except for handling, which it has a score of 80, which is by far the highest in the game. So it's not only going to perform about the same as all the other horses, for the most part, for health, stamina, speed, and acceleration, because the only, like, the highest you see on other ones is 70. You'll see some horses have 70 for health or 70 for speed, things like that. But this one has 60 for all of them and 80 for handling. So you put a good saddle on this thing and you're literally laughing. It's obviously the best horse in the game as far as stats go. It's a very small horse, and I think a lot of people don't like looking like they're riding on a pony. But the Black Arabian definitely takes the #1 spot on this list. But that is where we're going to end the video. So obviously with horses, a big thing is definitely personal preference. It's really going to depend on what you like looking the most, because as far as stats go on the horses, I mean, except for big differences like between a Tennessee Walker and an Arabian, the horses are going to perform pretty similarly once you've got your bonding all the way up to the top, if you kept it fed and clean, and if you keep a good saddle on it that keeps, you know, obviously their cores draining slower and their stats otherwise boosted. I really like the Turkoman, so like I said, that's why, or at least one of the reasons why I decided on getting this one. I don't like how small the Arabian is. If I was going to get one of the other ones, it would obviously be the Missouri Fox Trotter or the Black Overo Mustang, just because stat-wise, they're the only ones that are really comparable to the Turkoman and also have a similar size. So that is where we're going to end this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, definitely leave a like rating if you found it useful or entertaining or any of the above. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, maybe changes that you think should be made to the horse rankings, or if you've got a horse that doesn't cost gold that you think is better than all of these, definitely leave that information down in the comments section below. I would be very, very happy to see it. And lastly, I'd like to talk about subscription. So if you haven't already and you enjoy my content, definitely subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date on all the uploads I do on a daily basis. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.